Hi, Gemini. Hello. So these are your cards. This is the extended. We're just going to go quickly over this. So Mercury retrograde has come through. See that in part one. I spoke about the dates in which this holes in your security system happened and you realized you needed to reformat and install something that actually works. And that's because there may have been outside influences and opinions that had gathered up in your mind and made you feel like you weren't shifting your priorities right, or even just that those voices took priority. There was internalized work that needed to be done. And although you didn't spend a lot of time looking inwards, you were able to see a hopeful next step. But because you started this by running away from something when you weren't really done with it, you've got a bit of regret here. And that's what we're going to look into. So when I shuffled these, I got these cards come out as well, interestingly enough. These three cards here and these two cards here. So these three cards, to me, I want to see, because we've got these birds here, the 10 of Wands here, I believe that these cards are going to tell us about what influences, what were these holes in your security net? And we're going to find out right now. Interesting. So there was some sort of growth happening, some sort of intuition that was ignored. You knew you were growing. You knew something was full, something was complete, and there was a need to listen to that voice, that internalized feminine voice, whether you be male or female, that wasn't being received. It wasn't being nurtured. And therefore, manifestation wasn't able to grow. Interesting. When the star card is upright, we see energies of audacity, God complexes, people who think that they're the only one, and feeling almost burned by the spotlight. And the Five of Pentacles, not having enough. Something inside of you told you that your intuition was wrong, or somebody outside of you told you that your intuition was wrong, that you're actually supposed to be all by yourself, and that you can't even really afford what you want, and that you're not really where you are. So I believe that it might have been Aquarius, Pisces energy that had this influence on you. But they tapped into something that was of a lack mindset. This influence, these major arcana, these two players that showed up, it may have made you feel that you needed to retreat your energies because you didn't deserve what you had. That's not with the Five of Pentacles reversed. You knew internally, you knew you deserved it. You knew it was yours. You knew you had the key. But listening to these influences had you absolutely sure that the key wouldn't fit, so you didn't even pick it up. So that's what I'm seeing here. It may even be that there was a feminine aspect to this, like your internalized feminine, your parts of you that receive, that accept, the parts of you that nurture, they don't feel valid. They don't feel good enough. Or these influences here were able to tap into that insecurity. I want to go a little deeper here. Cut at the Ace of Wands. We're totally revealing something here. New direction, but these people, what was the point? Why did they do this? Thank you. Nine of Swords. They have internalized stress. They don't believe that they're good enough. They don't believe, they have their own bullies around them all the time telling them that they're not good enough. So when they see somebody else growing and manifesting and standing out and being a star and having all the keys and having everything they want, they feel they have to tear this person down. Because if they tear you down, then they don't have to feel so bad for being at the bottom, not accepting their own intuition, not accepting their own magic, not accepting their own abilities to be great. So let's look at the other side here. So going forward, again, there was a bit of a runaway and a half leave. You may have left physically, but not emotionally. You cut yourself up in your head about it, and then realized the priorities was way off balance, and a choice was made to go inside and look at, like, okay, but where are my priorities? What are my priorities? And it wasn't spent very long before you realized, happiness, joy, love, fulfillment, family, these things are the priorities. I deserve this. And now there's a sense of regret. So I want to find out with these cards that came flying out on the original shuffle, I want to find out how to turn this around. Interesting. Okay. So the Emperor card, especially reversed, is very egotistical. Very me first, very fight every battle, very do it my way. These are my rules. Follow my lead. When it's reversed, you have energy of overdoing it. We have the North Node in Aries now, so that is very much that like full overdrive ambition. And it may have been that just the blood boiled in the insecurity. And that's what you're ashamed of. You're ashamed. We have the Empress and the Emperor here. Interestingly enough, you shifted out of the soft feminine and ignored it and ended up in a very toxic masculine. There's not a lot of sharing of balance here. It's very uneven. And the running is what made you what these regrets are about. So how to fix this would be to find a way to flip these and make them more balanced. It may also be that you felt like you were unworthy of a relationship, and so you ran from it, or you were unworthy of a job or an opportunity, so you sacrificed it, sabotaged it, and you ran. Now I want to find out this 10 of Cups, this hope. What do we get when we lean into the hope? Okay, so then the 8 of Cups. When you walk away from something you know is broken, there is a healthy movement forward. There's stepping away from being emotionally consumed by your own passions, the fire in the water here. When we have it reversed, we're more focused on the footsteps. We're more focused on the pathway back. Understanding that you don't have it all yet. There's still more to do. Instead of regretting about what isn't, focus on what you can get back. Start at the beginning if you need to, which is the 2 of Cups. So if we take the 8 and we subtract it from the 10, we have the 2 of Cups, which is the original Lover's card. That's the original soulmate card. Get back to the one-on-one connection. Before you build a family, before you have a great job, before you look for the promotion, start with how you relate to that thing and get back to the basics of that. Oh yeah. Forget about this solidarity of just knowing that you have it all and you're fine by yourself. And remember that nothing is great until it is shared. No love is really full until it is supported by the people that are loving. It's got to be reciprocal. Love this puppy here. Reminds me of my puppy. We have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. So getting away from the me first, I'm only energy and recognizing when you ignore your intuition, the kind of pain is something that comes from internalized, broken, toxic masculinity. And for women have toxic masculinity too, by all means. Understanding that we're not looking for matriarchy does not mean women are the boss. Matriarchy means we share and we care. And we provide equally. So let's get a prayer for Gemini, please. These are the prayer cards. I only use these for Gemini lately because, well, Gemini and Virgo, because you guys love your words. So we get a prayer for Gemini. Thank you. Relationship. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are abundantly met. Always abundantly met. Well, Gemini, this has been your reading. Thank you so much for ordering the extension. It has been a pleasure reading for you. Happy Mercury retrograde. Bye now.